All NBA fans know about Yao Ming. The 7'6" Hall of Famer was one of the best players in the league in the early 2000s, but he was also one of the most influential players in recent history, as Yao was responsible for the NBA's rapid growth in China. Unfortunately, Yao's NBA career was cut short due to injuries, but it makes you wonder, in his prime, how good was Yao Ming actually? In today's video, we'll take a look at his talent, legacy, and hindered potential due to injuries. But before we get started, please like the video as it helps the channel grow, and subscribe for new videos like this one every week. Before Yao was drafted to the NBA, he played 5 seasons with the Shanghai Sharks. At just 21 years old, Yao was considered the best player in the Chinese Basketball League, averaging 32 points and 20 rebounds per game on 76% shooting from the field. Yao's dominant play led the Shanghai Sharks to a championship in 2002, which put him on the map of NBA scouts. Yao was drafted first overall by the Rockets in the 2002 NBA draft. Despite being the number 1 overall pick, it was unclear at the time if Yao was the best player in the draft. Since Yao had a huge following in China, NBA teams were also interested in Yao for the additional views and revenue from his Chinese fan base. It was believed that even if Yao turned out to be a bust, he would still be a huge moneymaker for any NBA franchise. Because of this, many teams tried to trade for Yao on draft night, but the Rockets wouldn't budge. In his rookie year, Yao started off slow in his first few NBA games, but it didn't take long for him to have a breakout game. On the 17th of November 2002, the Houston Rockets played the LA Lakers at the Staples Center. Yao scored 20 points in just 23 minutes and finished 9 of 9 from the field. He also grabbed 6 rebounds and led the Rockets to a win over the defending champions. Although Shaq didn't play in Yao's breakout game, it was obvious to basketball fans that Yao Ming was the real deal. His combination of size and skill made him truly unique in the NBA. Historically, players as tall as Yao were often limited in some way. Some were too slow or had poor conditioning, others just had poor coordination. But this wasn't the case with Yao. He was agile yet strong, and his lower body strength was exceptional, meaning he couldn't be pushed around in the post very easily. 2 games later against the Dallas Mavericks, Yao scored 30 points on 83% field goal shooting, and even grabbed 16 rebounds. This performance was reminiscent of his days playing for the Shanghai Sharks in China, and NBA fans began to wonder if Yao could become a superstar. On the 17th of January 2003, Yao finally got to play against a healthy Shaquille O'Neal. This was a much harder matchup for Yao, and Shaq dominated him in the scoring department, finishing with 31 points to Yao's 10. However, Yao did have 6 blocks in the game, and most of them came against Shaq. The Rockets even went on to win the game in overtime, to beat the defending champions for the 2nd time in the same season. Yao and Shaq's rivalry would intensify as Yao was voted over Shaq as the starting center for the Western Conference All-Star team, despite Shaq coming off 3 consecutive NBA Finals MVP awards. Yao received nearly 250,000 more votes than Shaq and became the first rookie to start in the All-Star game since Grant Hill in 1995. Yao's play for the remainder of his rookie season was streaky, but overall fairly solid for a rookie. He finished his rookie season averaging 13.5 points, 6.2 rebounds, and 1.8 blocks per game. He also finished as the runner-up for the Rookie of the Year award, falling just short to Amari Stoudemire. As Yao's career progressed, he continued to improve in all aspects of the game. An early criticism of Yao was that he was too soft for the center position, but he quickly changed that narrative and became much more physical when rebounding, blocking shots, or posting up down low. Yao worked with his NBA coaches to become stronger and would become a much more explosive finisher. Despite getting stronger and playing with more physicality, Yao maintained his soft shooting touch. He was a very reliable scorer from mid-range and a great free throw shooter. He also had a solid hook shot and a soft touch around the rim. In just his 2nd season in the league, he averaged 19.5 points and 9 rebounds per game. Yao was also voted as the starting center for the Western Conference All-Star team for the 2nd straight season. Despite Yao's improved play though, the Houston Rockets didn't have much success, and they were eliminated in the first round of the playoffs by the LA Lakers. Despite Yao's improved play, the Houston Rockets didn't have much success, as they were eliminated in the first round of the playoffs by the LA Lakers. In the summer of 2004, the Rockets acquired Tracy McGrady from the Orlando Magic in a 7-player trade. But as we all know, the era of T-Mac and Yao didn't really live up to expectations due to injuries to both players. Over the next 5 years, the Rockets would win more than 50 games and make the playoffs in all but one season. However, the Rockets would only make it out of the first round once, in 2009, but Yao and T-Mac were both injured in that year. Despite struggling with injuries during this 5-year period, Yao had his best statistical season in the NBA during this time. Yao averaged 21 points and almost 10 rebounds per game as the second option behind Tracy McGrady. A common criticism of the Rockets during this period was that they should have made Yao their primary scoring option, as he was much more efficient than Tracy McGrady. Unfortunately for Yao and the Rockets, he missed a lot of games due to injuries during this 5-year period. Once he reached his mid-20s, Yao experienced a myriad of different foot injuries. From ankle sprains to broken feet and toes, it was clear that Yao's size was a detriment to his durability as a basketball player. At 7'6" and over 300 pounds, you can only imagine the stress that playing basketball would put on his ankles and feet, which meant that his injuries kept coming back. Yao even missed the entire 2009-2010 season, recovering from a stress fracture, which he never really recovered from. The following season ended up being Yao's last in the NBA. He played just 5 games in the 2010-2011 season and quietly retired at the age of 30. Yao finished his career with averages of 19 points and 9 rebounds, shooting 52% from the field. He was an 8-time NBA All-Star and 5-time All-NBA. He was also inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Allen Iverson in 2016. So, with all his injury issues aside, how good was Yao Ming actually? As someone who grew up watching Yao Ming, I think he's one of the most skilled centers the NBA has ever seen. He could literally do it all. He could shoot, he could pass, he was an elite post-up player. He had above average shooting percentages and was a much better defender than he got credit for. He was a smart defender who always put his body in the right place and used his size to contest shots near the rim. Although his career stats are pretty good, they would have been much better if he hadn't played with such ball-dominant guards like Tracy McGrady and Steve Francis. If Yao had been the primary option for the Rockets, he could have easily averaged 25 to 27 points per game. Unfortunately though, Yao's career and talent was cut short by injuries, but he had a lasting impact on the game. Shaquille O'Neal once said that if not for injuries, Yao would have been one of the top 5 greatest centers of all time, and I tend to agree. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button as it helps the channel grow, and subscribe for new videos like this one every week.